design student Jess Quinn is a keen follower of fashion. But this delivery is more than just the latest accessory.
Wow, the detail is crazy. It's just so lifelike. I wasn't expecting the details to be so defined. Yeah, it's crazy. Even down to the different coloration in the foot. I was quite nervous about it arriving, just in case it wasn't what I expected it to be. But it's definitely even better than I expected.
In 2001, Jess became one of the first people in New Zealand to have a rotationplasty. The surgery was not only necessary, it was life-changing.
I think I was about 8 when I got diagnosed. So I had cancer in my femur, and so I was basically given 2 options, which was one to have a bone replacement, and the other was to amputate my leg. So I went with a rotationplasty.
Rotationplasty is an operation which is a very rare procedure. We essentially take the lower leg and we attach it to near the hip joint, but we rotate the lower leg around 180 degrees, essentially so as we can provide some sort of biological hinge or knee by using the ankle and foot.
So when I'm moving my knee, it's actually me moving my foot. So yeah, it's quite a weird thing to wrap your head around. I do kind of remember waking up as an ICU, and I remember getting a lemonade ice block, as you always do after surgery. And I remember the surgeons and mum and dad being so shocked because my foot, I could move it after about 4 hours waking up from surgery, and I don't think they were expecting that at all. There's such a difference when you're on crutches with a prosthetic than being on crutches without one. Like, it's just, you almost feel like you feel like you're invincible. Like, I don't even have crutches, I've got a leg now, but it was also hard work. As a young kid, I think I kind of expected, oh, I've got a leg now, I can run and I can bike ride and I can do all this stuff, but it was like, I've got a leg and now I have to learn how to walk again.
Fashion has always been important for Jess. She's currently studying for a Bachelor of Fashion Design.
I get quite excited about being able to draw something and then seeing the final product. I follow streetwear quite a lot. That's probably where my clothing always kind of sits. If you look in my wardrobe, it's sneakers everywhere just because I don't really wear open-toed shoes. I remember there was a time when I didn't want to go out sometimes just because I got quite self-conscious. But as I've gotten older, I just have figured that if I'm confident about it, other people are confident about it too.
Like any young woman, looking good is important to Jess. She's flown to Sydney to be fitted for a newly developed prosthetic. It's more lifelike than previous limbs. It has separate toes and is toned to match her skin.
Yes, so today we're just going to go through the process of colour matching, measuring you up, taking some casts of the other side, and ultimately today really is about making sure that what we do is what you would like. Yep. So if you want to go and put some shorts on, we'll be able to have a bit of a closer look and we'll get started on measuring and colour matching.
Cool.
Basically, they're using the same leg that I currently have, but stripping back everything else and recovering it and making like a really realistic cover with toes and toenails and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's really exciting. I can't feel anything in there. They've got this thing set at the right heel height so that my calf's at the right definition. Who would have known?
Just leaning forward on that for me. You don't have to put too much weight down on the cast, but just a little bit. But that's exactly what we're looking for.
It's quite a weird feeling to look down. I mean, I haven't had proper toes for 13 years, so yeah, it's quite weird to look down, I think, because they are so real. My life would be so different without them. I think I'd be really a lot less confident.
Adjusting to life with a new limb takes time, and rotationplasty isn't right for everyone. But for Jess, the benefits are clear.
I've always just said I'd rather have my life, I guess, in a backwards foot than, have to go through cancer and all that again.